Hey guys, what's up? Heading from Houston, where Michael just previewed the Texans, heading back up to Indianapolis to preview the Colts. You can find the link for his article in the description below. Check that out. And before we get started, I'll just say give us a subscription. We'd greatly appreciate it. Hope you stay along for the ride. Going on to the Colts, just a little bit of background on their team. Head coach Frank Reich entering his second year. First year in the league, his team started off 1-5, came back to finish 10-6, which is remarkable. Made the playoffs, beat the Texans in the first round, lost to the Chiefs in the second in the divisional round. Looking for big things from the Colts. I'm sure they and their fans are as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First guy I want to look at is Andrew Luck. He has a chance to really produce for you. He's my quarterback 3 heading into 2019. Last year he passed for just under 4,600 yards at 45.93, threw 39 touchdowns, which is great. 15 interceptions. The interceptions is what gets me a little bit about Luck. He's thrown 83 career interceptions in 86 regular season games. That is not a good ratio at all. If he can improve that, he could push to be the quarterback 1, depending if Mahomes drops a little bit, which I expect him to. But he really could push Mahomes for that top spot. One positive thing about him that I really like, everyone around him seems to play better when he plays. Sign of a good quarterback, he brings average guys up to above average guys up to great. And he's done that. T.Y. Hilton is a premier deep threat in the league. They went out and drafted Paris Campbell out of Ohio State, another speedster. Devin Funchess, a great addition, underrated addition, I think, as a possession receiver. When you pair those guys with the tight ends Jack Doyle and Eric Ebron, who went to the Pro Bowl last year, they really have an underrated group that doesn't get talked about a whole lot. Like I said, he's my quarterback 3. A lot of he will see a boon in production if they can establish a running game and establish it early on in the year. That'll open up the passing game and really help Luck. Defenses won't be able to key in on the passing game, and that'll really open things up for the Colts offense as a whole. Moving on, second player I want to preview is Marlon Mack. He's a third-year back out of University of South Florida, and he's really a hot name coming into draft season. Biggest knock on him is his durability. Rookie year he played through a torn labrum, and he had nagging foot and hamstring injuries. At the beginning of 2018, he missed 4 out of the first 5 games. Comes out to about an average of missing 3 games per year, and if that would happen during your fantasy regular season, that's about 23% of games. So if you would miss the first 3 games of 2019, that's almost a quarter of your year. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. That's hard to swallow if he's your RB1 or RB2. He can catch the ball. He averages about a catch a game over his career, which isn't great, but it's something he does add to his game. But last year, he really made his impact on the ground. He ran for 4.66 yards a carry and hit pay dirt 9 times. That's really pretty good when you consider he only played 12 games. 9 touchdowns on the ground is really a great number. Spencer Ware was brought in as more of a receiving back and to give Mack a break when he needs it, but I expect Marlon Mack to get the bulk of the carries in the Indianapolis backfield. Current ADP in a 12-man league is 4th pick of the 3rd round. Like I said, that might be a little... If he's your RB1, if you go a receiver round 1 and round 2, that's a risky pick. Not saying it won't work out for you if he can stay healthy, but that's a risky pick. I would look elsewhere if there's some comparable guys on the board at that spot. But if he's your RB2, I wouldn't have a problem drafting him mid to late 3rd round. Lastly, T.Y. Hilton. I mentioned him earlier as a premier deep threat, but I will put in here, don't draft him as your wide receiver 1. He's, based on my research, production analysis from the past 2 years, of the top 10 wide receivers heading into 2019 that have been with the same team the past 2 years, T.Y. Hilton ranks as the most volatile in terms of production from week to week. meaning 1 week he could score 2 points, the next week he could score 29. He's very volatile, hard to know what to expect. He's just hard to call. He averages 4.43 catches a game over the last 2 years, and 9.38 fantasy points a week. Not terrible, but if he's your wide receiver 1, you could look for a guy with higher volume, higher catch volume. That would really help you out, especially in half-point and full-point PPR leagues. The volatility really comes down to a lot of his productions based on hitting the huge chunks of yardage, the 20, 30, 40-yard touchdown passes. They can really add up quick, and a lot of his game does depend on those big plays. So he's a little volatile. I would not draft him as my wide receiver 1, but a wide receiver 2, say you go back-to-back, pick up a stud in round 1, come back and get him as your wide receiver 2, that is a really solid addition for your team. That's all I have, so check us out, fantasypilots.com. Follow us on Twitter at @FF_pilots, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's all for now. Peace out.